Throb never.
Unauthorized corporate access and invasion of offline devices. This is something that I've been noticing that's been happening. I'm going to get straight to the point. Let me give you the rundown first. I have an older PC that has software, specific software that I use on that older PC because it still allows me to do certain content today, as long as it's on that old system. When they put the newer systems out, they discontinue some softwares. The drivers between software and devices don't work. So you're better off just kind of keeping your old PC and keep it offline. So this PC, like I said, is offline. And then I'll just transfer the files between the online laptop, tablet, whatever device to the offline device and work on the content that I'm working on in the software that's offline. And it doesn't really do a whole lot of good to have an older PC online anyway. The metrics of the processor, the CPUs and all of that have changed, so it wouldn't be very efficient. So, but what's happened, and I've noticed this with not just my PCs, but it's happened with some older gaming devices that I have. So I'll start with the gaming device first. It's a gaming device. I won't mention which one it is. Very popular one. One that is used to play Tekken, so to speak. But I won't mention which console it is for obvious reasons. But that gaming console was offline as well. But one day I decided to go online with it because I needed to update its Blu-ray player permissions, the codes. If you know anything about that, from time to time, when those devices are online, they'll outdate. Well, the codes for Blu-ray player and DVD play or video playback, they can become outdated when newer codecs and stuff are released. So I put it online and updated it to whichever new update it was to do that, not thinking that the update or any of the updates that it did would cause any type of disabling or anything like that. Now, mind you, there's a specific game that I play, a sports game, won't mention that one either, but it's the most popular football game for this console. And it's an older game, but I like playing that year of the game. But what's happened is that this patch that they sent out has disabled play for certain older games on the console. Now, mind you, this console, the game that I'm talking about, was made for this console. But they released a patch to disable play on the game. Let me explain to you what happens. Put the game in, try to play the game. It goes through everything like it's going to load, like it's going to load up. But then it'll just shut the system down. I'm like, man, what's going on? Like, at first I'm thinking it's my, something's wrong with the optical sensor, or there's something that the internals of the console need to be cleaned and all this and that. So I do all of that, but that's not the issue. And so then I tested it with other games, and all other games work fine. They all work fine. So I said, maybe it's just the game. So of course I'm troubleshooting it. You see, I'm giving you the play-by-play. So I order a brand new game of that year in the package. Still in the package. It's brand new, but it's that year, I ordered it off Amazon. Get the game, load it up, it does the same thing. But all of the other games play, but this game doesn't. And then I remember, I remember that patch happened. So, but I also remembered that I had a prior update patch on some external media that I had, from when I needed to do something with it before. So I tried to revert to that patch, but the patch that it recently uploaded won't allow you to do so. So what they're doing is releasing these updates for devices, offline devices, and they are disabling play and functionality in your systems. I just wanted to throw that one out there first. So then here's the situation with the PC. Like I said, an older PC, and the specific software on it that I use to, for media content. Now, I've never, ever had a problem out of this PC because it's offline. But typically, when I buy a PC, well, you can't so much do it now, but this one is old enough to where, you had the operating system disks that come with it. And the operating system disk that I had for this specific PC, it was a pretty expensive operating system. And, came in, you had both 32-bit and 64-bit disks. Now, I've never had a problem with this PC because it's offline. And it's not doing anything highly, intensive as far as processing, just basic stuff. So a certain platform that I'm on to put content on, and I transfer my media files from a flash drive to the offline PC. I noticed a few days ago the PC was acting weird, right? And so for the specific piece of content that I was working on trying to process, all of a sudden the PC just gets to not wanting to process the content. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So the PC basically just freezes up. Like I couldn't shut the PC down or nothing. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I had to force a shutdown on the PC, hold the power button down and shut it down. And then when I started it back up, the operating system wouldn't load. It wouldn't load up. I'm like, what the hell? What's going on? So I'd force another shutdown, start it back up. It's taking forever to load up. So then it finally loads, gets to the home screen, but I don't have any functionality on the screen. Like I can see the screen, but I can't execute any commands through the mouse. So then it goes to a black screen. And the black screen pulls up, how it gives you the option to get ready to select system recovery or something, this and that. Well, all of a sudden it says the operating system is having a problem communicating with your software and your devices. If you have the operating system disk, install the disk, and then it gave the directions as to what to do. Install the disk and then select these options, and if there are no problems, the system should restart with no issues. But if it doesn't restart, call the administrator, whoever that was supposed to be, and to troubleshoot the issue. So then I knew what it was. What it was is with this legacy software that I'm using on my own PC, is if I was just smart enough all these years to keep the operating system disks. So when it happened, I put the disk in and then selected repair operating system or repair PC, and it fixed the issue. So what's going on is that the patch for that to do that obviously came through my flash drive being connected to an online PC, and that's how it happened. So I'm saying that if I didn't have those disks to put it in and then reinstall the drivers for the software that I was using, I wouldn't have been able to use it anymore. And I think that's what it is. You see, because everything is cloud-based now. They're not giving you PCs that come with the traditional loved software that we've used for ages on these PCs. They want you to pay a monthly subscription for things that used to be just standard with the PC. So I already experienced it with the gaming console, and then just the other day, I experienced it with an offline PC. There was no reason for that PC to do or behave the way that it did because it's offline. There's nothing wrong with the hard drive. There's nothing wrong with the cooling system of it. The fans, the cables, everything has been, there's nothing wrong with it. This was a covert patch through a device that is periodically connected to a device that goes online. And that's why I'm saying this is unauthorized access and invasion of users' offline devices. But I should say more that it's unauthorized corporate invasion and access of citizens' offline devices. Now, if y'all reading between the lines, you can see that this is a bit more sinister than just the stories that I'm giving you. If I'm putting this out here to be discussed and put out there, here's a warning signal in regards to this stuff. Pay attention to your online devices and pay attention to what you're doing with your offline devices. Because the thing about it, we know that they're already doing this type of thing, but to do something like that with a device that isn't online and you're using legacy software that you paid for, and I got some other things too that have happened that I'm just deciding if I want to put it out because it's pretty messed up. But in any event, I just wanted to touch on that and make y'all aware of what's going on. So read between the lines and make the necessary corrections and adjustments. I'm out.
Heart throb never.